I recently purchased this roller mill from David in Apache, Oklahoma. I was asked to see if I could make Damascus by just using this machine. I'm not doing Damascus today, but I am going to do some San Mai. I figured if it could forge weld it should be able to do Damascus as well. I don't know, but that's what I'm doing. Thought I'd give a quick rundown of the machine itself. It is a roller mill. It operates off of a small electric motor in the back with two rolling pins is what I would call them. I'm definitely not an engineer. It works off of a foot lever that applies the pressure. As you can see, the bottom roller comes up to meet the top roller. With each pass, you put the material in, it feeds itself out, and then you go down to this dial indicator, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. If you want to get it tighter, turn the notch to the right, a little bit at a time, and each time it compresses the material and lengthens it out without widening it, which I find pretty useful most times. All right, here is my San Mai billet. I've got mild on the outside, 1080 on the inside. I've already prepped it, already grinded, used acetone on the inside, cleaned it up, put some really crappy tack welds on the side, sprayed it with some WD-40 to help with a little bit of the flux. I've ground the rebarb handle down to where it's flat and level with the other three pieces of the San Mai, because whenever I put it into the roller mill, I'll want to go back to this point here, compress it, and it'll work its way towards the end. Then I'll flip it and I'll do the other side, as you'll see once I start the filming. On a side note, I am not affiliated with David at all. He is a great guy who I've been down to his place a few times. I purchased a little tabletop power hammer. He's treated me awesome. Whenever he started making these roller mills, I seized one up as quickly as I could. He's just a good guy. If somebody buys one of these roller mills because of my video, that's great, but this is not my intention. On a lot of the forums where I've seen them posted, people have a lot of questions, so I thought maybe this could give some answers. If this test fails and I'm not able to do San Mai, you'll still be able to see the operation of the roller mill to see if it could help you. It's helped me a lot. I don't know how it'll help anybody else. The San Mai billet that I'm starting with is 1.25 inches wide by 6 inches long, and if I can get that to go in there, that 0.38 inches for the thickness. So we'll see how long I can get it and how much time. All right, I ended up doing 6 heats, about 15 minutes on this. I think I've shown 3 on the video. As you'll hear me kind of blurt out as I was working on the later one. I did flux and wire brush, kept it clean the whole time process, just like you would with any normal San Mai. I had a few issues with the sound on this last few clips, so just adding it in on there. The roller mill itself really isn't too loud. If you do hear it on the camera, it's a little louder than what it normally is compared to the power hammer and the press. It really isn't bad. All right, well, I went in and just cut out a quick little dagger shape. I've been doing a few Damascus daggers and thought, well, I'll just see what it looks like, make sure all the welds held. Pretty much looks like the 1080 stayed pretty centered. Looks like I may have ground a little more off one side, trying to surface grind it by hand without a surface grinder, but it's still pretty close. I'll be able to go in and refine that a little bit, get a little bit better shape. I'm not quite balanced on both sides on the handle, but I was hurrying. So anyways, I would say the roller mill was a success.